Are you ready for the Low Blows Network? It's the show where you control what's on the agenda. Ask us anything and we're blood-bound to answer. Starring Rick Nash, Corporate King, and the Queen of Irish Wrestling, Katey Harvey. It's Ask Low Blows. Do you know what I want to do with Ask Low Blows? I've had this idea for Ask Low Blows before, and like a couple of years ago, and it went down like a lead balloon. But I want to bring it back up because this is one thing that like I somehow don't have a podcast where I get to do any of this, and I think you guys would be great at it too. Life advice. I want people to send us in like. Nothing serious, like, do you know what I mean?
Go on, be dark and depressing, I dare you. That'd be fun.
No, not like anything where we can be responsible, because we're not qualified in any way.
Imagine somebody's just standing on the ledge and they come to Corporate Keane for advice. Corporate fucking Keane. Like. It's
not that. It's like, I want to know if a girl fancies me, or something stupid or something, or inconsequential or something like that. Like, I know that, like, this is something not a lot of people know about me, unless you know kind of me in real life. But like, there's a few things that I'm good at. It's like talking about wrestling, talking about sports, like Harry Potter, and life advice. I'm like Oprah in work. Like even today, one of the girls was saying like I was giving her advice on like how like I can do like you know Phoebe in Friends where she's really good at breaking up with people.
Yeah.
I'm good at that. Like I was just finishing with someone that I'd been kind of texting and seeing for a while there at the weekend, and it ended with like her sending me loads of love hearts. Like even though I was like rejecting her, but I'm really good at that, and it happens all the time. And even some people are like, "Don't do that," and I'm like, "Trust me." And then they're like, "Oh, that worked out well." So like. But she's like, and then I was like, the best part is, like, the situation's resolved in the moment, so if they feel sad later, and the girl's like, they'll come talk to the security guard, they'll come talk to you, because I'm that guy in work that everyone gives their problems to, because I'm just good at it. Katey Harvey, I'd say you'd be excellent at life advice, personally.
Well, unless I'm in a salty mood.
Yeah, this is it. If Tori Wilson comes to you.
I don't know what to say in my Hall of Fame speech. Well.
Say you'd like to thank the women that really wrestled. I'd say you'd be excellent at that. Corporate King, I just want to hear what your thoughts.
A different perspective. Not a...
Dear Corporate King, I really want to talk to a girl in work who I don't know if she has a crush on me or not.
Go up to her and just stammer and stutter and say your favourite wrestler is Eric Rowan, then start sweating a lot and don't talk to her again for a few months. And there you go. It worked for me. I mean, I'm just saying, it worked for me.
This is good.
Is that actually how you met Nicola? Oh my god, that's amazing. Amazing.
It's an actual story. This is amazing. Yeah, guys. So what?
Just on the street?
No, it was in college. It was in college, but it was like, we weren't even in the same course. It was just she happened to overhear me talking about wrestling. So...
But didn't you get her interested in wrestling?
No, she had just been into the previous WrestleMania, so it was like just getting into it.
You brought her to her first Low Blows. I
brought her into the Irish wrestling scene.
Right.
So like OTT and all that. Yeah.
So guys, the way we'll do this, if guys, please, even if you make shit up, like I think this.
I know, I'll be up for that. I actually like that.
This is really good. What you do, right? DM me or DM the Low Blows page, which is just me anyway. So
have we started the show?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
This is the show. You haven't said it.
Shit,
you held the mic.
My arm is stuck in this position. I have to hold the mic.
Sorry.
How do you not notice Rick all of a sudden like shifting position and talking like in podcast mode? Like
I thought he just got real excited about the idea. I thought he was pitching it to me and you.
Oh, brilliant.
No, but you know what this reminds me of? Have any of you ever seen the clip of Gary Lineker on Match of the Day where they're on air, he realises it, but his co-hosts don't realise it. So he turns around and he's like, so, at the Molyneux, what do you think is going to go down? And like Mark Lawrence is just looking at him like... I just realised you can't see because it's the podcast. I'm sorry, but it was look it up if you can. Very good.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, now, welcome to Ask Low Blows. I'm going to have to say...
Did I talk shit about anyone?
Didn't say anything about it. You're okay. You're safe.
I'm not going to lie. For the first 10 or 15 seconds, I was kind of like, is this on the show? I think that's a better way of starting it, though.
Yeah. That's how I like to start the shows, like, especially this, because it's just like jump in straight into a conversation.
And that's how you can end Katey's career as well. You can get like her saying some horrible shit like, told you, she did run out all the women. This is proof.
But yeah, another thing I want to talk about, because it's a very... Guys, if you want to get involved, send us a DM. And, like, again, nothing too, like, you know, if it's something you need, like, actual, like, you know, solid advice, you know what I mean? Like, we're not gonna promise that we can give it, but we'll give you fun advice, and it might be helpful, okay? So DM us in. It will be 100% anonymous. It will just be me. We'll give you a fake name or something like that. Even the guys won't even know, so I won't tell anyone. It'll just be completely between us, and then send us in, because I think it could be really funny. And, like, hopefully when we do give the advice, Katey Harvey will know we're on the air. Katey, you've been busy while you've been off. You've been watching Game of Thrones.
Yes.
I want to know, like, what are your impressions? So whereabouts are you?
Right, I'm on episode 7 of season 3.
Oh.
So...
That's such a good point to be at.
You might have heard me rant before about how Game of Thrones is stupid. I would never watch it. It seems like a waste of time. I have wasted the last few years of my life not watching Game of Thrones because it's all I think about now.
Ah, yes!
I am so fucking deep in it.
Okay, so, right, you are, you don't even know. You are at such a good, for the next, like, just few episodes, can you do us a favour? Can you just set up a camera and have someone record, and then you'll know the bit that we want to see when it happens, but can you just have someone record your reaction?
So this is the thing, I've been watching it with my friend, and she's been keeping a record of everything I've been saying while I'm watching the episodes, and she like live tweeted Phil on the second last episode of season 1, because my favorite character was Ned Stark all the way through the first season. So she live tweeted the entire like finale, and yeah, so it's been a roller coaster. Like I constantly thinking of theories. I'm just
give us an example.
Well, see, like
obviously we know.
Yous know, and like I accidentally saw the trailer for season 8, which has messed up my mind even more because my favorite character wasn't in it.
Who's your favorite character?
Robb Stark.
Okay.
So now I know something horrible's going to happen and my heart's going to be ripped in two.
Well, you don't know.
You could have gone off on a horse somewhere and just been like, I don't like war anymore. He could have, him and Talisa go off into the sunset.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of like hanging my hat on
You
right
don't
now.
know that.
I don't know.
Happen.
I don't know. But
I'm sure everything with Robb Stark is going to be fine and you have nothing to worry about. It's going to be great. It's going to be fine.
My main theory is about Jon Snow and that I don't think Ned Stark was his father. That's the main thing I'm working off right now. I don't have a solid theory, but look, Ned Stark really loved his wife and I don't think he would have cheated on her. Right. He's my John Cena.
He is John Cena.
Yeah, like he's my Captain America. That just wouldn't have happened. That doesn't fit with his character.
Okay.
So I don't think Jon Snow is his son.
Right.
So I think Jon Snow is someone very important enough that Ned Stark would risk pissing off his wife to say he slept with someone to keep him safe.
Okay. I'm not going to tell you because that's like...
I know.
Your theories are interesting. Robb Stark is fine, I'll tell you that. Robb Stark is fine. Nothing bad happens to Robb Stark, alright? I can tell you that. I feel like I'm spoiling it quite a lot there, but nothing bad is going to happen. Just enjoy the next few episodes and chill out because Robb Stark is fine.
I'm having a lot of fun having pints with my mates and just ranking the men in terms of attractiveness as well.
Go on.
That's been pleasant.
Robb is probably at the top, is he?
No, he's actually not the best looking.
Really?
I actually thought it was really ugly the first season.
Really? Do you not like the way... Like,
but I love his personality.
I just finished season 3 of my rewatch, and I'm like, Robb Stark is giving me conflicting thoughts.
Yeah.
Like, he's got that, like, his armor and all, like, he's wearing, like, all the fucking, like,
yeah.
He's a good looking
John's way better looking than Robb.
The more kingly Robb becomes, the more attractive he becomes.
Yeah.
Jon is very high up there as well. He's
right.
Like, it switches between the two of them. Now, Jaime Lannister, the dirtier he gets, the more attractive he gets.
Really?
Yeah,
So,
I mean physically dirty. I
yeah,
mean,
the hand and all, like.
riding his sister was already quite dirty.
Can we just show out the questions and like do that next time? I'm just trying to talk about Game of Thrones. This is hilarious.
Where does Hodor rank?
Not attractive.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Have you got any like controversial, attractive people that you're like, right? I know a lot of people, like Ned, for example. Where
Oh, that's not controversial. He's a babe.
Sean Bean, okay.
Actually, no, number 2 on my list. My list originally was Jon Snow, and then Ser Jorah, and then Rob.
I'm awful
and
with
then
names.
Jaime.
Which one's that again?
The one going around
Khaleesi.
with Daenerys.
The one.
Michael Lacey, Lord Friendzone,
Lord Friendzone.
Khaleesi's.
The guy going around with Khaleesi, the
Khaleesi.
Blonde hair.
kind of blondie, older, rugged.
Yes, yeah.
Has
Captain
definitely
Friendzone is the one that sold on me.
shit in his life. Like, yeah. And Tyrion with the scar.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's controversial a little bit.
Is
like,
it?
I mean, like, are we going like on looks alone, or are we including like,
It's quite rugged.
Fair. Okay.
I think I just like scars
You
and
just like
mutilation.
scars.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
there
hang
you
on,
go.
am I thinking of Tywin?
Chop Jaime Lannister's hand off. Yes, please.
Lannister, like kind of blonde looks plus scars. That's like, okay, he's all about it. Like Phil, like Dean Ambrose, we got because he is Phil, but like that's very random.
Lord Varys, where does he rank?
He doesn't.
Oh,
He doesn't. He can't.
you don't want to
He
slap
doesn't have a
his
willy.
bald head. And
Who do you think right now? Who do you think is gonna end on the Iron Throne? Where you are, season 3.
Okay, season 3.
Like who's gonna finish the show on the Iron Throne?
See, my Jon Snow theory means Jon Snow is going to end up on the Iron Throne. 'Cause my Jon Snow theory
But he's
was
a bastard.
that he's actually Robert Baratheon's son.
Okay.
And that he was the first bastard, and that's why he was hidden away with Ned, who's best friends with
Yeah.
Robert. So that was my first theory, and that if they figure, but they're already kind of doing the same thing with your man Gendry, aren't they? That he is
the
the hidden bastard.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's an interesting. I'll be able to tell you something. There's something out there. There was a theory about John called R plus L equals J for a long time. Now, it's either been proven or disproven, but you would have known about this if you'd have watched it at the time at season 3.
Okay.
So that was a theory
what
that
do
was
those
out
letters
there.
add up to? I don't get it.
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, is this? Oh,
No,
spoilers?
then stop talking. But it either gets proven or disproven as the series goes on. So I'll leave that with
yeah.
you. So.
I feel like he's the key to it all.
Okay, interesting. Okay, right. It's so fascinating to hear. We're going to check in with this. This is going to be a run and taking on slow blows. Are you going to try and get it watched so you can watch the?
Oh yeah, like
season?
I'm watching like 5 episodes a day.
Do it. Yeah.
When's it back on? It's back on soon, isn't it?
If you're
14th of April.
You're like, if you watch one kind of episode a day, I think you're like 3 episodes behind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So if you do one binge watch and then you'll be caught up where you can get by on 1 episode
Yeah.
a day. Because I'm at the start of series 4, so I'm kind of got the timeline in my head.
Me and Phil watched the entire season 2 in one day.
Nice. That's a great season.
Yeah, we literally just binged it during the whole day.
Season 2 is one of my favourite seasons. The reason being, it's like where all the best characters are kind of in a good position, except for Dany, because Carter is absolutely a terrible storyline. But like, they're in there. Like Tyrion is the hand of the king, and he's
Yeah.
just happy. You know what I mean? Arya is with her mates, and she's just happy. You know what I mean? Like, so I love season 2 for that reason. That's a great one to watch back to back. Anyway, look, it's Ask the Queen. We asked you to send in questions because Katey's been missing for a while, so we could ask her what's been going on and catch up that way in an Ask Low Blow style, guys. As you know, with Ask Low Blows, you ask us literally anything, wrestling or otherwise, and we are blood bound to answer. Though we're going to focus mainly on Katey this week. Dave Banana Talk Nerdy to me on the Low Blows Network got in touch, and he asked first, what would you like to do when you enter retirement, and would you still want to be involved in the business?
I love that phrase, enter retirement, as if I'm like going into the crystal maze or something. Excellent phrase, Dave. Thank you. As I enter retirement, well, I'm kind of in like semi-retirement now, and I'm just watching a lot of Game of Thrones. So let me just continue on with that. I'm always going to be involved in the business. Like, I've got Fight Factory. This has been the one thing that's kind of got me through when the doctors have been saying like, oh, you know, you might not wrestle again, whatever. Is the fact that like I have the wrestling skill, like where I'm training people, I'm doing all that sort of stuff. I'm never going to be away from it.
I think as well, though, I don't know what Irish wrestling would be like at this stage, because you're very integral and involved with everything. Like, you're very central to everything. You know what I mean? Especially with Fight Factory, obviously you're a key person there, but like, it's kind of, you couldn't get away from it if you tried.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like, I mean, like, all my friends, my boyfriend, everyone is involved in it. Like, I mean, I hang out with you guys on Wednesdays. Like the only thing I'm literally not doing now is actually wrestling. I'm still going to all the shows. I'm still watching it. I'm still talking about it.
It was when you got hurt and we kind of heard about like the seriousness. I think for a lot of us, it was like, oh my God, this could mess like so many with so many other things as well as you're not wrestling. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like, because you have your ironically your hands in so many pies. But yeah, it's an interesting one. And here's a dark question. Thanks, Dave. Are you okay, Dave? DM us. Dave asked, if you die and find out that everyone gets to choose a 20 foot by 20 foot square to stay in alone forever without being able to influence or contact the outside world, what 20 foot by 20 foot square would you choose?
See, this would be fine if it wasn't for the alone part.
Yeah, it gets really dark there.
Yeah, like, do I just put my square beside Phil's square so we can just watch each other through the squares?
Like, but you can't contact the outside world.
Oh, can I not even wave?
No. But you can't do that anyway. So.
I don't know. 20, like that's the size of a big wrestling ring. Like,
and that's where it came from.
I don't know.
I don't know where you.
I have an answer. This is fucking easy, right? So, he never said it had to be on the ground. He never did.
No, he didn't say. He didn't.
So I'm going to elevate myself. 20 by 20. I didn't know how big that was. So 20 by 20 is wrestling ring size.
WWE
Slightly
ring.
bigger. Yeah, WWE ring.
What's an OTT ring?
16 by 16.
That's not too much smaller, is it? That'd be like. So basically, all I'm trying to say is, if I was to make myself a square, elevate myself so that I'm like in the National Stadium up high, I've got a daily view of every wrestling show that takes place there, so I could just chill there. Do you know what I mean?
To watch a lot of boxing and shit too.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
They have mass on Sundays as well.
What?
They have mass.
And bingo.
That sounds like a laugh though. But also, it's like, well, what would you rather just be like in fucking, middle of nowhere, bored as fuck, doing nothing? Like, do you know what I mean? I mean, my logic is it would have to be a wrestling venue, and obviously there's venues are all over the place right now. But like, there'll always be like the stadium. I feel like I'm going to jinx that now. Like, the stadium's going to get demolished next week. No, but it'll always be that's where the big shows always happen. So even if you miss the smaller shows, you get to see like Devin Walter. Say if you were dead now, you could see Devin Walter, which is still a deadly match. Okay. And you don't need to influence anything
Would you
around
not just
it.
put yourself in front of a TV then?
No, because you can't change the channel. You're not allowed to influence, or you know what I mean. Whereas at least I know I can see OTT.
Yeah, you're not allowed to influence or contact the outside world.
Exactly.
Oh
So
my
nobody's. I can own, but it's what you get to see.
Hell.
Yeah.
Not if you're watching wrestling, not if you're watching Devin Walter. That sounds deadly. I don't even need to talk to anyone during that. I just watch it.
All right, fair enough. I'm glad you connected with this. I'm glad you got something out of it. I didn't get it at all. Mr. Linda Block got in touch, John Kelly, and asked, fuck Marty Hill, I've been keeping this. Because he asked us before you got hurt, so I've been keeping this week.
Oh yeah, this is in
for
the doc for ages.
Mac, Charlie, and Dennis from It's Always Sunny.
Oh, this is really hard. No, it's not. Mac,
I think it's easy.
Mac is so attractive, especially in the last season.
Oh,
yeah.
when you got all jacked.
Yeah. But he's also the funniest, and like, humor is attractive. I probably have to kill Charlie.
Aww.
Yeah. He's gross. You wouldn't want to have sex with Charlie.
Yeah, this is true.
So maybe marry Mac, ride Dennis, kill Charlie.
I'd probably marry Dennis. No, I'd probably marry Charlie. Dennis would be the most experienced. Mac is into, like, he's got that bike with the dildo. He seems into rough shit. Like, it's an exercise bike. He doesn't watch It's Always Sunny. He's gay. But he doesn't realise he's gay, and he comes to terms with it over seasons, like literally years he comes to terms with it. And they find an exercise bike in his room where there's a dildo on the seat. So every
that sounds like a CZW weapon.
Yeah, it probably will be used at some stage. So he's into some rough shit, so I'd say Dennis would just be like clinical about it. So like, just get it over with. Marry Charlie. I'd love to hang out with Charlie. Charlie's class. And then kill Mac. Fuck, marry, kill Stone Cold, The Rock, and Stacy Keibler.
Oh, that's fucking easy. That's so easy. Marry The Rock, fuck Stacy, kill Steve Austin. That's so easy.
I'd marry Stacy.
Yeah, I'd marry Stacy, kill Stone Cold.
you wouldn't marry The Rock. If you had a chance to marry anyone on the planet, you wouldn't marry The Rock.
Stacy's still like pretty rich, and I get to have sex with her regularly.
Yeah,
married,
but
so.
The Rock is the like funniest fucking person. He's The Rock. I don't even need to explain it. He's The Rock. I don't know. But you seen Fighting with Family yet?
No, not yet.
No. Okay. I'll talk about it next week then. But
Right.
he's just the best.
Okay, we are going to talk about Fighting with My Family. We didn't mention that. We just haven't all seen it. We want to do a proper review.
I would marry Stacy just so when they offer the Hall of Fame, I could talk her out of it.
Not letting this go. For listeners, this will be over multiple days. Last, Saved by the Bell, girls versus boys in a death match. Who goes over? Who takes the pin? Who gets their face smashed in with a fluorescent light bulb?
Oh, Slater's turning heel.
Oh, this is the show Saved by the Bell?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Girls versus boys. You have Jesse, Lisa, and Kelly against Slater, Screech, and Zach.
Slater's turning heel, 100%.
Yeah, I agree with that. Who goes over?
Girls.
It's all about that chemistry.
80s
you know?
back.
Does anyone else want to see Kelly Kapowski get bet to death?
No.
No. There we go.
But Lisa is eating the pinfall. she is the jobber in that. No, sorry, the guys are going over. Zach's the main character. Screech is pinning Lisa, the feel-good story. Although Screech's recent years, like, this is Saved by the Bell Screech, not modern-day Dustin Diamond. Screech is pinning Lisa for me.
Wait, hang on. Wasn't Screech with, like, Hulk Hogan on his show once? Like, celebrity wrestling or some shit?
Yes!
So he has the experience.
Keen favourite of mine. Who's getting their face smashed in with a fluorescent light tube? You'd have Slater do it to Zach.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
That could
Interesting.
work.
Would you have the principal interfere?
He's a big wrestling fan, isn't he?
Yeah.
There you
Special
go.
ref.
Oh,
There
shit.
you go. He'd be a
Man.
very slow ref. He's big these days. He's after putting on a lot of... And he wasn't small back in the day either, so... but yeah, there we go. Should the main event of WrestleMania be a one-on-one match in the build-up for WrestleMania 15? It was rumored to be Austin, Mankind, and The Rock in a triple threat. But Shawn Michaels allegedly pushed backstage for a one-on-one match. Should it always be one-on-one?
Nah.
Hang on, wait. Shawn Michaels wasn't in the match, but talked them into a one-on-one match.
Obviously, I don't know the backstory to this, but I think what he's saying there is Shawn Michaels believed the integrity should be a one-on-one match. So it should be Stone Cold against The Rock rather than throwing Mankind in there. Of course, Mankind was really over and a part of this storyline, so he would have fitted. But Shawn Michaels must have believed that it should be one-on-one at all times. So that's where that question's coming from. Should it always be one-on-one? Is that wrestling at its peak? And the main event should always be that two people.
I don't think it has to be. Now, I'm not a fan of triple threats in general. Because I do feel like they're just... I hate when they're on a card for no reason. And it's just like, oh, we've booked this amount of wrestlers. I've 3 of them left. I'm going to put them in a triple threat.
Yeah.
Like, but when there's a reason, like the way there is with Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda, and they've built, and like there's a reason for 3 of them to be in the match, then I think it's fine.
Okay.
I like triple threats, so... no, that's variety's good.
See, wrestlers as well tend to hate triple threats. They're awkward as fuck.
Yeah.
Like.
But as a fan, I enjoy watching them. So
Yeah, that's fair. I do think wrestling is at its best when it's one-on-one. And when it's a person issue, no steps, nothing. It's just 2 people fighting for a belt. That is the pinnacle. If you need to add those bells and whistles, you're missing something else. Or you've already done the first thing and you peaked. So, for me, it should be, but like... I don't mind when they do it another way because sometimes it is necessary and it makes sense. Like leaving Charlotte out of this main event, even though we wanted Becky Ronda, and that was the money match, it wouldn't have been right. Like she has been so much a part of this feud and this like the women getting to where they are. So I totally appreciate putting her in, and that's fine. Joe Stodge got on and asked, "What is their favorite pancake topping?"
I don't eat pancakes.
I don't eat pancakes either.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you not like them, or
Don't like them. Yeah,
really?
Never liked them.
Controversial.
I only eat chicken nuggets and Pringles, so that's not really much of a surprise, is
so
it?
they're your favourites, like.
If that's a topping, yeah, sure.
What would be a similar thing to pancakes that you would eat? Like, would there be
Like
anything?
crepes, I know, are similar.
Yeah.
Like, I did have pancake once. I was staying with my friend in Holland, and they have pancakes for dinner a lot over there,
Okay.
but not sweet pancakes, savoury pancakes.
Yeah.
So they, like, bake them with, like, ham and stuff in them.
Ugh.
It was all right, but it wasn't a dinner.
No, couldn't. No. It's like having Yorkshire puddings with like onions and stuff in it. I don't get it. I don't like the way the English see Yorkshire puddings. It's weird. I guess it's just on me that Nutella. I like Nutella. Keep it simple. I'll do like Nutella, and then you put sugar and lemon on. Nutella, sugar and lemon. You know what I mean? That's the way I'll do it. I didn't have any pancakes though this year because I'm dieting. So very boring answer. Sorry, Joe. On Pancake Tuesday week of all, I feel like we let you down there. Devin West got on. I think this is just for you, Katey, and asked, why is the Mid-Car Mafia your favourite team?
They're not. Just not. Like the fact that like Dom Tuck causes me much heartache all the time. Yeah, they're just, I'm sorry, they're not.
Keane, why are they your favourite tag team?
I wasn't prepared for this question. So I'm just
Sorry,
pretend.
this was not in my contract.
Yeah, I mean,
you big leaguing me.
it did seem like Katey's question, so I'm just going to pretend you didn't ask me that. Because I don't know
You're
what
going to
to
let
say.
me bow out gracefully, like, alright, thanks. Simpsons WWE got on and asked, what's the I like how, like, some people just come in and they're like 2 or 3 questions, or if you're John, 12. But, like, Joe at least gives us one from his personal account and the Simpsons account. I respect that.
No, it's 2 different people.
It's not.
Yeah, I actually thought it was.
Okay, babe, that's Joe. What's the worst birthday present you've ever received, and what's the worst you've given to somebody? Someone got me Pat Short tickets to Jumbo breakfast roll, fella. I re-gifted them to a mate a few days later. That's both of mine. The worst birthday present.
I don't know. Like, I think I've been pretty lucky. I'm pretty happy and easy to buy for. I don't ever remember getting anything overly terrible. Same with giving presents. Like, if I'm ever in doubt, I just, like, you know, if it's a brother or something, just give them money.
Yeah, or a voucher or something.
Yeah, like, I'm usually pretty good at playing it safe. I got tickets to a Ross O'Carroll Kelly play once, but I love Ross O'Carroll Kelly.
Okay.
But the person I brought with me did not love Ross O'Carroll Kelly, so that was a pretty bad present for them.
You gave them your gift, and
Yeah,
that counts. There
yeah,
you go.
I brought them with me, and then they said it was terrible and got really drunk on wine at the interval. So.
Oh, Jesus. Worst birthday present.
So, my birthday's in August, and there was a game coming out in September. It was really early September, so I was like, oh, can we not just wait and like have a birthday present, you know, then? And my mum was like, yeah, cool, fine, whatever. And I was so excited because it was a wrestling game.
Nice.
TNA Impact.
I have that game too.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah.
Right, so this is 2008. This is when I was like absolute like fucking peak Impact fan. Like I loved it so much. So even to have a game with like Shark Boy on it is still really fucking cool. But God fucking Jesus, fuck, it was shit. Except for, right, there's one redeeming feature in the game, right? Ultimate X. I fucking love Ultimate X. If you play Ultimate X with like 3 or 4 people, it's gas. It's a bit shit, but it's funny. Like it's good.
Nice.
Okay.
The worst. I don't know if this was birthday or Christmas because I just think of them as presents. I had an ex who was really bad at buying presents for me. At one stage, like she was like, "I'm gonna get you this, and I'm gonna get you this," and I was like, I hate all of those things. Like, and I don't expect to get gifts, and I really appreciate if people do like go out and get them for me. I'm not that person, but like it was just like. I've never told you I want any of this. Like, I didn't say it to her, but I just kind of snapped and I go, what ex are you trying to turn me into?
Wow, that's a loaded question.
That's not nice.
No, because I think, I can't remember what she said, but I think the presents were coming across as a dig. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she used to always get me presents that were like trying to change me in some way. And I really resented it. It's like, you need to wear this shirt that you never would wear. And it's just like, why are you trying to get me things, like, get me shit that I'd wear, not you, you know what I mean? It's like, Keane, if someone got you a fucking suit or a tux or something like that, and you're like, that's not me, like, stop, like, you know what I mean?
Actually, I have an answer now, yeah, that's yeah, again, it's an X. And I can't remember his birthday or Christmas, but, and like, I'm going to sound very ungrateful.
No.
He got me a diamond necklace, right?
Oh.
Or what I thought was a diamond necklace till we broke up and I tried to sell it and it turned out it wasn't. It was a fucking knockoff worth 20 quid. But it was in a really nice jewellery box. But like the thing is, I don't wear jewellery ever at all.
Yeah.
And it's like we'd been together for like 3 years at that point, and I'm like, you've never seen me wear jewellery ever, and like this really ostentatious diamond necklace. But of course, my Debs was coming up, so I had to wear it. I thought it'd be nice with your Debs. It was awful.
No.
And then, of course, when we broke up and I tried to sell it, thinking like, at least I'll get a few quid for it. And I fucking didn't.
You have actually, funny you say that, because that answers the worst present I've ever given. Because I remember one year, jewellery, this is how I learned it. This was like an early relationship. I was like 18, 19. And I learned the hard way that, jewellery is a risk because, you are expected as a guy to know, like, he was expected to know that you don't wear jewellery, and him getting you that just showed how he wasn't paying attention. So this is a similar thing where it's like, now the girl, I had at least noted that the girlfriend at the time did wear jewellery, and I was like, oh, she wears a necklace, so I'll get her a nice necklace, I'll get her a nicer one. The thing is, she was like, oh, thanks. And then it was like, she never wore it, and I was just like, okay, what's going on? So I turned around to one of her friends, because it was a girl I was going out with in work, and I worked with her friend. So I'm like, what's the story? Did she not like that? And then she's like, she wears a pretty important necklace that you may never have noticed, but that's her mom, who had passed away. And you probably should have noticed that, and she's not happy. I did say sorry, I did apologise, but again, I should have noticed it. I should have known. She probably had mentioned it, but like, it gets filed there with like, no, it's just guys don't know to listen for that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now I just don't buy jewellery, or I like, if we go out and they're like, they drop a hint, they're like, that's lovely. I'll be like, mental note, yeah. But guys, if you're listening, first piece of unsolicited life advice: jewellery, be very careful. Be very fucking careful. It is a risk. If you're buying it, buy it with one of her mates. Like, buy it with one of her female mates who knows this shit. Be very careful. It is a risk. Anyway, Psychonaut got onto us and asked, is Rick really that stingy? He couldn't even buy you a mic stand in this trying time. I sit across from Katey Harvey with no mic stand. I'm not stingy. I own mic stands. I'm forgetful.
In fairness, when I came in today, and the first thing you said was, "Oh shit, the mic stand." So the thought was there.
Yeah, it's just not at the right times. Apologies. Irish Slam T's got on. What's the goal for Fight Factory in the next 24 months? And more importantly, have the lads provided a mic stand? Alright, enough with the fucking mic stand. She's holding the mic. She's grand. She's fine.
I haven't dropped it once tonight.
No, there you go. Progress. There you go.
Exactly.
She'll be back in 2 months, lads, at this rate. What's the goal for Fight Factory next 2 years?
Well, I suppose it's to keep the episodes going regularly and not have to take breaks because of stupid fucking venues. And just keep training people. Like the beginners class we had on Saturday, with 27 people in the beginners class. So like we're getting really good numbers. My pet project is the next gen showcases. So like I run them completely 100%. So yeah, I want to keep going with those and just getting people ready to go onto those shows, so then they're ready to be plucked for episodes.
Amazing, yeah.
But yeah, I think we're on a good thing now, so we'll just keep on the upward trajectory of training people and sending them out into the wrestling world.
This is it. Like, I think with Fight Factory, you have kind of struck on a winning formula where it's just like, keep doing what you're doing and just building on that. Like, you don't need to like hit certain targets or anything like that, because it's going as good as it can be going.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I was down there I think it was a Thursday, I was doing a promo and there was like 32 in a Thursday class. I came from like a training era where 10 on a Saturday was a really good turnout, and you're like, oh, I'm not going to get any ring time.
And the best thing is, like, a lot of the new people are actually really good. Like, a lot of time you do open days and stuff, and you're sitting there and you might be lucky to get 1 or 2 people that are actually going to stick it out and train. The last open day we had, I think we kept like 7 or 8 of the people on, which is deadly.
That's class. That was Fancy the Wrestlers, was it?
Yeah, Fans of the Wrestlers,
awesome, awesome.
Yeah, really good bunch of guys.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, great to see. Declan Byrne 30 got on and asked, what was your best wrestling match you had in your opinion, so I can go and watch it on the Low Blows Network or an OTT on demand?
Deco with the plugs. He's a good lad, isn't
he?
he?
is. He gets
Great.
it. He gets it. Best match you had, I suppose. Then in Ireland, we'll go.
Yeah, I was talking about this today with someone, because like there's best matches and fun matches.
Right.
So best matches, probably Defiant 1 against Valkyrie, still my favourite. I also really love the Scrapper Mania 6-woman tag.
Oh yeah, that was a great match.
Was it me, Ginny, and B. Priestley
Yes.
against Session Mott, Alex Windsor, and Nixon?
Love that match.
And I really enjoyed the tag match I did with Session Mott against Chris Wolf and Kaylee Ray. So
Nice.
they're probably my OTT matches. On the Low Blows Network, it's not a match, the segment with Kevin Nash, still one of my favourites from PWU.
Nice. Watch out, it was Kevin Diesel Rising
The
or something.
Diesel Power, I think
Diesel
they called
Power,
it.
yeah,
Diesel Power. I'm trying to think because there was what's on the PWU network that I would have done. Oh, the gauntlet with Viper and the ICW title.
Oh, nice.
That was a really fun match.
Yeah.
Because I did a comedy match at Rhea straight into getting the shit kicked out of me by Viper. So it was like two good contrasts.
If you're looking to binge on Katey while she's off, you could do a lot worse than watching the PWU things because you have a whole arc there.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
you
there's
could throw
loads
a
of
whole
stuff there.
period of your career. Like, you
Yeah.
just start at the start and then keep going. Like,
Yeah.
there's loads there. So that's well worth checking out. Of course, Fight Factory, you've had some
Yeah.
fun matches. Yeah, Raven, I liked the episode 6.
Oh, yeah, that
the
was a
grapple
fun
games
match.
Yeah.
A singles match with Debbie Keitel I had on one of the first episodes as well. That was fun.
Yeah, there you go, guys. There's loads out there. Alan Tar _ why do I read out the names? Got on and said Fight Factory and some special guests from around Ireland. Using Fight Factory and some special guests around Ireland, can she book an Irish Rumble and would Connor Day win? We're not going to do a full Rumble because that would take a whole hour. So, I don't know. How do you want to do this? Should we do, like, who'd be number 1, say, or who'd be number 30, the final 4, surprise entrance? Who'd be a surprise entrance in an Irish Royal Rumble? Like a blast from the past that would get a pop with today's crowd. Like, Maxer would have been the perfect one for this before he came back. Who'd be someone that's, like, out injured or someone... Electro!
Yeah.
Obvious, yeah. There's a surprise entrant. The unit.
I mean, I'd pop. So just, there you go.
Let me think.
Are there people in OTT who like aren't around that much anymore?
It was a Fight Factory Rumble, like someone like Fabulous Nikki is an OTT person that's never been on our show. Before the last one, like Angel Cruz would have been a great one, you know.
That got a huge reaction. That was awesome.
I'd love like Terry Thatcher to be
Sorry,
Fight
is
Factory
there a penalty
surprise.
happening right now in the United PSG game?
Oh my god.
There's a last minute penalty.
Oh my god.
I'm on Reddit to refresh.
Oh
I
my
just
god.
see this.
Oh my god.
Hang
Oh
on,
my
we
god.
watch
Oh
it.
my
Turn
god.
it.
You watch that, I'll talk about Game of Thrones again.
Okay. hang on.
Last minute penalty.
Hang on.
We're
hang
through.
on,
We're
hang on,
through.
hang
We're
on.
through.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Fucking yes! I told you. I fucking told
Holy
you.
shit.
What did you tell us?
I told you United were going through.
No, you gave us a specific score.
I said 3-0. It was 3-1. Right, whatever.
I'll give it to you.
United are still going through. That is mad.
3:33, 3 minutes injury time. This is it. It's over. Holy fuck.
Oh my god, I fucking love football. I literally said this like 2 weeks ago. Because you were like, oh, we're done. We're out. It was off air. But Rick was like, oh, we're out. No, that's 2 goals. We're not coming back from that. It's dead. And I was like, no. We got this.
Holy shit.
I'm going to fucking marry Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Sorry, Nicola. He's my new Dean Ambrose.
Right. Irish Wrestling Royal Rumble. We have our surprise entrance. Who do you like?
Surprise entrance, oh wait, Electro and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and
Luther Ward.
Yeah.
that would be yeah.
The awards in general. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rocky Mac.
Yes,
there
Rocky
you go.
Mac.
Wait, so go to like the start of OTT then, because that's like Martin, the last one, the flats, like, you know, like
Yeah, he'd work.
oh, who else? Who'd be? Oh, I'm in such a good mood at. I can't. Like, who are the original? Like, yeah, the Wards is who I'm thinking. But
I think we've got loads of surprises.
definitely another one.
Yeah.
Shout it out when.
Yeah. I'll shout it out later.
Final 4 in an Irish Rumble. Connor
Final
Day
4.
has to be in there.
Yeah, because he's winning.
One of your surprises.
Yeah.
You have to have a surprise in there. Electro. Connor Day Electro. We have Luther Ward
We need
and
some
like
star power.
Finn Balor and Becky and all in here, but Connor and Day and Electro have made it.
Right, who else is in the Final 4? I'm a fan of giants and big lads being in Final 4s.
Who can eliminate them?
Exactly.
The unit.
Connor Day with a lariat over the top. That's who eliminates them.
Oh my god, yes.
Who are the big lads?
Who are the
Tron
big?
is
Tron,
massive.
yeah, the
Tron,
Nightmare
there you
Edition.
go,
There you go.
yeah.
Put Tron there. Tron's terrifying in a rumble, by the way. I was in a rumble with him on New Year's Eve, and I went around and I got in, I chopped every single person in the ring, right? And then I went to chop him, and he just glared at me. Oh, fuck. Like, that was not part of the story. I just did not want to chop him anymore.
I remember we were doing a battle royale, and Manson went around doing back chops on everyone, because it was like loads of like inexperienced lads and him, and I was in there as well, and I was like a bit experienced by this stage, and I spent the whole match just like feeding into corners away from him. And then eventually he realised, he was like, I'm not going to chop you, it's just new, lads.
Have you ever heard about the Clara Battle Royal? Where Phil told everyone in it they were going over, so that no one would get thrown out.
Who won that in the end? I'm so curious to see how
Connor
that
Day.
Connor Day.
Oh, right, yeah, sorry.
The famous one. Right, who's last in our final four? So you have Electro, Connor Day. I feel like, Tron, I feel like this could be better. I feel like people waiting for the Irish Rumble. Finn Balor, surprise entrance. There you go.
Okay.
There's our star power. Right, so you have Connor Day eliminate.
Wait, is Finley not going to be in this? Surely Finley has to get a spot in there somewhere.
He could be in. There's 30 people. Like, there's loads of spots.
Fuck it, we'll do 40.
Oh, nice.
There you go. It's our Rumble. We can do what we want.
I want Finn Balor to get eliminated by going to run at Connor Day. Connor Day like stops, turns, looks at him, and then he eliminates himself out of fear. That's how I want that elimination to go.
So it's down to Connor Day against Electro.
And Tron.
No, but Tron's gone from the lariat.
Oh,
the top.
yeah.
Do you have Connor Day and Tron as the last two? That'd be pretty class.
Yeah,
Oh.
Because
yeah,
it's
let's
like,
have that.
who can eliminate this guy versus the Battle Royale specialist? Like, oh
Yeah.
my god. And then Connor Day, obviously.
You do
There
like the,
go.
you know, the Benoit Big Show thing, where he like grabs onto his head for dear life. He's like, "Come on, come on!" He finally gets it, and everyone loves it. That sounds great. Now I really want to see that.
Yeah, that's episode 8. There we go. It's booked. Mightn't get Balor though. We can't promise that. Electro, very gettable though. Kento got on and asked. No, he lives in fucking Canada or something now. Kento got on and asked his usual quiz. He asked Eric Rowan for his Who Am I quiz this time. He originally tried to get Katey to answer everything with no help. That's not fair.
I looked at it like I'm no help when yous are both doing the quiz with me, so like this would have been awful.
This is all you, Corporate Keane.
All right,
What year was he signed?
right. So
This match somehow still isn't over. It's
I know,
8 minutes.
8 minutes. Fuck, I can't relax. But so 2013 was what I was thinking at first, and I was like, no, that's when the Wyatts were like on the main roster. So before that, 2012, he was definitely in NXT, like early NXT, but he was also in FCW.
No.
And I don't think he was signed in 2010. I think that's going too far back. But I don't think he would have been signed any later than 2011. So I'm going to go with 2011.
2011. All right. I forgot to ask Kento for the answers. So, yeah. Okay. Hopefully he'll get on to us. He just texted me about the match there, so it's grand. Question 2. Who was the first duo to beat the previously unbeaten Wyatt family on SmackDown in 2013?
Right, so you just have to think of what tag teams were big back then. Because I was thinking about
Shield.
this. I was thinking about this. It was the Shield, the Usos, right? But I remember, like, because this is when I just got back into wrestling. It would have. I'm assuming it was late 2013. It wouldn't have been early on. And I think that was when Cody Rhodes and
It's over.
Yes.
3-1. Holy fucking shit. It's
Oh man, I love it. I love it so much.
going to be so confusing to people who listen to the show
Yeah.
on Wednesday.
I think Cody Rhodes and Goldust were champions at that stage.
Okay.
I think
Was it them?
Cody Rhodes. Yeah, because there was like that's the one thing.
2013.
Yeah, 2013 or 2014.
Right.
Because I'm thinking early 2014. That's my thought process. Like, because I don't really remember 2013 that well, but I'd imagine it would have been the same thing. So I'm thinking Rhodes and Goldust, the Shield. I don't know which duo out of the Shield, but I'm assuming.
Dean Ambrose was the US champion, so
It would have been Reigns and the Usos. I'm thinking, but I don't think they were
Were
as
Evolution
big.
around then? No. Was that?
No,
That's
that was
Evolution.
just for the Shield.
Oh yeah, no, it wouldn't have been them. Will Team Hell know? Were they?
Yeah?
Yeah.
You have to go with one.
I'm leaning towards Rhodes and Goldust. I feel like it was someone. It's either the Shield or Rhodes and Goldust. I'm gonna go Rhodes and Goldust
Okay.
reluctantly, but I'm gonna go with that.
Question 3. What age is Eric Rowan? You should know this.
I'm. It's like I know I have it about right, but you know when you're doing the quiz, you need to get it exact. You're kind of like, oh, I'm doubting myself, like because I remember I had an argument with someone ages ago because they were like, how old's too old to be a champion? And I was like, 35 is the perfect age to be a champion. But that was because Eric Rowan was 35. But that argument was about 2 years ago.
Right.
I know his birthday's in November, so I think he turned 36 just after that, and then a year would have passed. So I'm gonna say he's 37.
37.
But yeah, 37. Fuck it.
I would love to be in your head for like half an hour.
Yeah, that is subscribe to Corporate Keen on YouTube.
There's
You can
plenty
get
of
just
content out
that.
there.
Question 4. Rowan was named as one of the top 100 wrestlers in the PWI 500 in 2014. But what number? You have a 5-point buffer for under, but you cannot be one number over or you lose the point.
57.
I thought that was a true or false
you-
question.
I knew this. Do you know how I knew this?
Right.
So I did a video on Eric Rowan, and I was like,
Nice.
it was one, I did a couple where it was like, best things about Eric Rowan, like, or why he's the greatest and all that. And one of them was like, he was number 57 in the PWI 500, and I was like, that's the best stat ever. And it stuck with me. All this time I've been like, right, he was number 57 in PWI 500 ever.
Okay, excellent. That's freaky. Lastly, how many variations of mask has Rowan worn on WWE
man.
TV? That's ridiculously hard.
That
to get,
is-
though.
I thought it was one. Has he not?
No, it definitely wasn't one. He
No,
had,
because he had, like, do you remember he did a promo where he took out like 15 different
but
masks?
I don't think he counts them. He didn't wear them. He just took them out of a bag. So I'm going, assuming that's the case, he had the original sheet mask. He had the clown mask. He had the mask where it was like a tube going around. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it was like a circle here for his eye and a tube going around. I feel like there's more. I'm getting two masks mixed up.
Sometimes we can just add on numbers for the sake of it.
Yeah,
and that
I
fucks
could've
us
just-
up.
I
So,
feels
go with
like-
what you remember, I'd say.
Oh, there has been. What's he been? He hasn't worn a mask recently because he's with Brian, isn't he?
Yeah, he hasn't worn a mask recently.
You
need to put you for an answer. How many do you remember?
I remember 3. Was foot 5? No, 5. I'm gonna say 4. Should I say 4? Should I say 3? I'm gonna go. Fuck it, I'm gonna go 3, but I'm not comfortable with it. I don't like it. I feel like it's just. I don't know.
What year was Eric Rowan signed? What year did you say?
I said 2011.
You were correct.
Okay.
Who beat him? Who was the first duo to beat him?
I said Rhodes and Goldust, but I'm not 100%.
You were correct.
Okay,
Wow.
okay, alright.
He was 57. We covered that in the PWI.
Right, he was 57?
Yeah, he
What
was
was number 3?
Number 57. Number 3 was, what age is he? You were unsure about this.
I went with 37, wasn't
He is 37.
I? Shit, lads.
This is going to be...
For the first ever,
Fuck off.
100%.
Fuck off, man.
Who
No,
am I?
United are
Or
true.
anything
Don't
in
think.
the quiz. How many masks did you wear? You were fighting between 3, 4, 5. You went with?
I went with 3.
He wore 3 masks. 5 out of 5.
Wow.
We completed it. We have completed everything. We have completed.
On his own.
We have completed
On his
wrestling.
own.
We've completed. Oh my god, what a night, lads! United are true, and we completed Kento's quiz. We beat Kento finally.
Beat Kendo. Holy shit.
Whoa!
On a Katie Harvey special of Oslo Blows, Corbett Keane stole the show. Do you know what? I'm going to give you a point in Queen versus Keane for that. That's fucking, you deserve that.
Do you know
That's
what?
true. I couldn't
That's-
even guess at them.
I
You
would
stole
gladly take that point.
9-7. Holy shit. You won Kento's quiz. That was fucking phenomenal.
Don't ask you Eric Rowan then. Simple as that.
What a night. It cannot get better.
See, I'm saying that, but then again, like, that was really, like, parts of that were, like, because you know there's always one question you fuck up
Yeah.
on, like, oh, man.
It was well thought out. Like you could ask me 5 questions about my favorite wrestler, and I probably wouldn't get them. Like,
Yeah, congratulations, kid. That was amazing. I feel like we played it as a team and like someone won, so I'm like, oh. We didn't all get to do it, but well done, kid. That was fantastically impressive.
That was great.
Ridiculous. Anyway, guys, that is all for us, Low Blows. We'll be back in a couple of weeks, so get your questions in, tweet us at #LowBlows. But until then, Katie, don't worry, Rob Stark's going to be fine. Enjoy Game of Thrones. We'll keep up with
think
how
that's
you're
true.
getting on as you go along. But until then, congratulations, Corporate Keane. Welcome back to Low Blows, Katie Harvey. I've been Rick Nash, and that's the bottom line, because Low Blows said so.